All right. And the players, at least, the players are back into the air playing area. The match is tied up, 4 games apiece. Hmm.
Well, I guess he's going to spin 2 rails, go toward the 2 out of the corner, right?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. Anyway, he'll just go right through that gap.
Yep. 2 rails, low right. Boom. Hanger. You know,
Yeah.
what can you say?
Yeah, what are you
You know what
going
I
to
mean?
do?
It's a hanger.
Yeah. He's got to be pretty careful here, though.
Low right, drag the ball, just shoot the ball, shoot the 3, and it's hanger.
There you go. Looks like everything's starting to clear up now. It's actually pretty hard to win by a decisive margin because of the alternate break
Oh yeah,
rule.
yeah. Highly unlikely. That was weird when he beat Dennis 9-4 or whatever.
This is like a pretty easy out here, with the exception of the first couple shots.
Hmm. Shoot here and stop and go 2 rails toward the 8, right? I'd have drew back.
Ooh, I kind of like going to the end of
I'd have
rail.
drew back. I'd have went through like that.
He's not going to force it up there now unless he has an angle. He probably has an angle. Yeah, he has an angle.
Yeah, but
Watch
this
out.
is what happened.
Watch out.
Slowed down.
Oh, no. Look what he's done. He's done. Look what he has done here. He may have to go into the 9 here. That was really a blunder.
I thought he should went like this, like that.
He may have to go into the 9 here, go into the rail, and then into the 9. I think that would be probably
Or maybe.
an option here. Because that way he could hit it with a natural ball. Because when you start trying to create an angle, trying to, you know,
He might
revise your
just. He
plan.
might.
See, that's right. Ooh, I thought he would go into it. Now he's got to.
Around the table, shoot the 10 down there, right?
This is not easy. You got to have good speed here. And that's not good speed there.
No.
Now he's going to have to come with a good shot.
Middle ball, right? You just whack it down the rail.
Yeah, you want to hit it with a little speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he got a little careless going from the 7 to the 8 there because it was pretty simple. He really ended up on the non-professional side of the 8. He could afford to have gotten a little out of line by coming up short, but he went too long. And when he went too long, he really created a problem for himself, and he almost didn't get out, but he did. Ain't that right, Bobby?
Yeah, you're hitting them good, bud.
I'm hitting them good.
You are. 5-4. Ko Pin Yi. Who's that talking so loud over there? Is that the drill instructor?
Yeah, that guy's been doing that for all week long.
Man, he's loud, ain't he? Big guy.
get to sweat this break again.
Off center.
Yep. Yeah, he's not going to get anything either because of that.
Yeah, he hit it really. That's the first time the cue ball didn't come straight back. You
Let's take.
wonder how hard they're playing, how hard they're trying
Yeah, yeah. Well,
against each other. You know what I mean?
I don't really think that Ping-Chung Ko is really playing
Like he was.
like he really wants to win.
I don't think he is. I don't feel like he is either. Actually, I really don't.
You know, I think he wants to win, but he's not like, boy, this is I gotta win. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Because they get the money. I agree. He doesn't seem to have the intensity as he did in the previous matches. Five, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Somebody do something.
It's hard to do with alternate break. You
I
know.
know. I know.
I mean, Pinyi had an opportunity to do that, but he came up dry on the break.
You got that name down good now. You don't forget it at all, do you? Pinyi, you know you got it down. I have to keep
That's
looking.
because it's on the monitor.
Yeah. I'm
I
like,
got,
how you keep knowing? 'Cause I keep forgetting.
yeah.
It's right there. Ping-Chung, Pinyi.
Yeah, well, Ping Chong really got out well this rack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, he played perfect angles. He nice speed of the cue ball on all shots. He made this rack appear very simple, and he tied it up with 5 apiece. Maybe we should have more, animated spectators. Like they should just be screaming and clapping and cheering, like yeah. You know, maybe that would create a more interest in the game.
Yeah.
You know,
A little
because it's kind of
quiet in here.
yeah. But, that's why I think the Moscone Cup is so good. You know?
Was you at the last one?
No, no, it wasn't. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
because
Oh, they go wild.
they're very
Wild.
animated and they create a lot of energy. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of energy, and that's what you need. You need a lot of energy
Yep.
because a lot of energy generated from the spectators creates a lot of you know stuff for the players. They want to perform well. They want to and it's I think it's a good chemistry.
Is the Moscone Cup every year?
Yeah, every year.
Going to be interesting to see how they do with this new team, these young guys, as opposed to the old team.
But, I don't expect them to do really well this first year. I think if the Americans are going to start doing well, I think it's going to be in a couple more years because, like you say, they're pretty young.
Yeah.
You know, and not only are they young players, but they don't have any experience in the Moscone Cup, and the Moscone Cup carries a lot of pressure.
Look at this shot. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Everybody's hooping and hollering. You're playing for the whole country. No, yeah, it does.
yeah, a lot of pressure, and whenever you don't have any experience in an event that carries that much pressure, you don't figure to do well.
Yeah, because year before last, a couple of those guys didn't play good.
He's got to be careful here because if he caroms off that orange 5 ball, he's going to end up going toward that pocket.
He's going to hit the right side of the 5. No,
Look, he's going toward that pocket.
yeah. I see. I think he got away with it. And the 3 still goes, doesn't it?
I think it does. But he's got to hit this very softly. He's got to control the cue ball. He really can't get on top of that 3 much here. Watch out.
Do you have a preference of what cue ball you play with?
I don't
You
have
don't
a
care?
preference. No. I don't like that red circle. I mean that red whatever measle ball.
Measle, you know?
I don't like it. I just don't like
I
it.
like it. That's all I play with.
Huh? I make sure when we play we don't use it.
We don't use that one. What do you play with? The red circle?
Yeah, we play the red circle. I like one with a high right English and going 3 cushions around the 10. Here. But you really got to stroke this well to do that.
What's he going to do?
Oh, he's going to bank it.
If he tries to go forward, he hits the 8.
He's going to bump the 8 out of the way. Nope.
I like that shot.
Yeah, but this
Now
shot
he's
here is
jacked.
very
He's
difficult.
He's jacked up.
This is very difficult
Oh, yeah,
because
he's really got to be smooth here.
he's got to hit the cue ball so good right here. And when you're over top of a ball like he is, as close to that 10 ball as to that cue ball, this is very difficult to hit this shot accurately. Very difficult. Very difficult.
He missed it.
Because there's a lot of distance in between the cue ball and the object ball. I don't know. Yep, there's all right.
You got there.
Well, Ken's right on time. Bobby, Ken's right on
Do you feel
time.
like staying for a while, or you want to take off?
No, no, you want to do this?
I'm tired.
Okay, well, I'll stay.
If you don't feel like staying,
I'll stay.
You sure you're okay?
Sure, I'll stay.
My ears broke.
Sure. Hey, Bobby, see you later, Bob. Bobby's leaving us.
You'll be back out here for you later.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe, but if not, but if not seeing you again.
Too, my friend.
Okay, take care.
All right, good luck.
Kind of a slow-moving match. Doesn't seem like there's much energy out there for some reason. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. You know.
Billy, I kind of suspected it might go that way just because they've played each other so many times over the years. And these players generally don't show much emotion, whoever they're playing. I think maybe the fact that the crowd really doesn't know these players well enough to really have a rooting interest.
I think that there really isn't that much at stake. That's the perception.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think that's a lot to do with the energy,
yeah.
not only by the players but by the people that are watching it. You know, and these two guys are great players. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's just just to watch players like this play is a treat.
It is, but it's a treat for certain people. Maybe those aficionados that really, understand the game, maybe at a different level than people that don't follow it as arduously as people like you and I. But that's to take nothing away from the greatness of these two young men. But there is definitely that lack of a sense of a buzz in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pigny was really unfortunate to have scratched like he did. He made a real nice masse combination.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly didn't get rewarded for it. And that was the first time I've seen him show a little emotion with what happened there, which is good.
Well, yeah, and we know if there's one brother that probably wants to, put it to the other brother, it's Pigny being the brother on the short end of the overall record between the two of them. Baby brothers upstaged him many, many times, and just sibling rivalry alone would account for something. I wonder, how bragging rights go back in Taiwan in the Ko household.
I don't think it's like that.
I don't think so
For
either.
some reason, I just don't think it's a rivalry. I don't think that.
It's probably more of a mutual respect.
I think so.
Yes. I do want to take a second here because I haven't said it enough and not many times at all, and just give some quick recognition to our crew here, not only Justin, the CSI streaming manager, for putting everything together, but Tim on the camera, Vince Rochefort over there on the other camera. Tim's been running the TriCaster a lot during the week. Andy Chen's been in the back taking care of the interview portion with all the players, and then coming out here and taking a lot of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, I've been lucky enough to work with them, when this was TAR, and it's basically the same people for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And, believe me, they put in just as many long, arduous hours as anybody involved with the running of this event, maybe, much more so than you or I, or even some of the referees out there, working the national championships. And they do such a great job. They seem to always know when to switch to the camera shot that we need, whether we ask for it or we don't. And I just think that, they deserve a big shout out, not only from us, but from everybody watching, because the quality of the production is just superb.
Well, that was considerate, and it is such a thankless job. And for you to bring that up, that was pretty nice of you to do that. And you're right about that, because I noticed that they do switch the angles with the cameras, when they feel they should, which I feel they should too,
Yeah.
And
Well, they have
and
a knowledge of the game, which certainly helps. I mean, you could bring in, the top ranked camera crew from Fox or CBS or something, and you couldn't get the same shots unless
No.
someone was telling them what to do.
Right, they'd have to have a pretty good director there.
Exactly. So, anyway, I just wanted to make sure that they got as much recognition as we could possibly give them, because they're not seen, but they're
Watch this
certainly
shot
heard.
coming up right here. One cross corner, but that's not the problem with the shot. It's guiding the cue ball for shape on the two. That's the main problem. Let's see what he does with it.
It's got to be a three-railer, yeah. I've been so impressed with Pigny's banking ability in all the matches we've seen him play. We've seen him play a little bit more than Ping-Chung, but he has been pretty well deadly on all of his bank shots.
Difficult shot coming up. He's laying pretty awkwardly here. He wants to get some relief from that side rail. He's got to hit before the side and comes back out. Nicely struck.
That's excellent control there.
No, he's in a really nice line here for the 3 to play shape for the 4 on the side. By the 8, he'll go to the second cushion and they go toward the 4, which will keep him. He wants to get fairly straight here. Not straight, but fairly straight, so he can play the 5 in the upper left corner.
Yeah,
I don't think he has that angle, Kenny. He's going to come real close to the 5 here.
Yeah, but the ball's going to bend a little after contact. Oh, now that's very uncharacteristic. You know, it almost looked, Billy, like he was just keeping his eye more on the cue ball. He'd take the shot for granted.
That's what he did.
Steered it a little bit.
He realized that the angle that he was left with was suggested that he was going toward the 5. He changed that angle by overcutting the 4. He overcut it by too much because he wanted to stay away from the 5, and he missed the ball.
Right. Had he hit it fatter into the center of the pocket, he probably would have wound up bumping into the 5 ball.
Which wouldn't have been all that bad.
No, as long as he didn't hit it full in the face, he'd have had a shot at either side of the 5. See, now there's a real nice camera shot by Tim, giving us a clear view of just enough room to get by the 4. Well, I guess he couldn't get by.
No, he played that rail first.
It looked like he had room, but I guess it was going to go right into the point if he hit all of the ball full on. Billy, I suggest he just brings a cue ball back 3 inches and stops right there and takes his cut on the 5. He could try to go 3 rails. There's a nice big alleyway off of the 3rd rail, but you know, the way these guys play, I don't see the real difficulty in cutting the 5 from right about where the 4-8 area is. What do you think? You like 3 rails?
If I can go 3 rails, I'm going 3 rails
Okay.
here, because it just seems pretty natural, and he's got a pretty big gap there to get there if he can go 3 rails. So he was too heavy. See, he didn't really have the angle to go 3 rails. That was much better because he could draw it straight back. By accepting that cut, like you're saying, I don't know about that shot, you know. I think he could have got better than that.
And he did. Well, would you follow this 2 rails or just draw it over and out?
No, you got to follow it. Oh, he's drawing it?
Yeah.
No, I thought he could follow it easy.
I thought you could get a little more straight on the 7 by following it, but I guess it doesn't matter because the 8's on the other side of the side pocket, and around the head string will be okay here. And that's just about where he is. Has anybody had more than a 1-game lead, Billy?
No, that's the largest lead I've seen. And I think for the most part, Ping-Chung Ko has had the edge more often than Ping-Yi. So I think Ping-Yi's only had the lead once in this match. Now this is the 2nd time. Whereas Ping-Chung had the lead, I think, at least 2 or 3 times. But I couldn't capitalize on it. And I just think that he's letting up a little bit. That's my feeling on it. You know, I think Ping-Chung is letting up a little bit in this match, because I didn't see him play this way in the match that preceded this. For sure, he played brilliantly in that match against Shaw. You know,
yes.
If he would have brought that same game to the table now, he would have been ahead in this match by at least 2 games.
So you're suggesting perhaps his intensity level.
Yeah, I
dropped
definitely
a little
feel
bit.
that. Yeah, I definitely feel that. Matter of fact, I told Bobby Cotton that I expected Ping-Yi to win this match by the score of like 11-8, but he hasn't been playing really well either. So therefore, you know, he's only up by 1 game. I think he should have been up by 2 or 3 games at this point, considering the subpar performance by Ping-Chung. And I just think that I already related my thoughts about that with you.
It's the brotherly dynamic. I mean, it's there, and we can't ignore it or dance around it. And as I mentioned earlier too, they've seen this movie many times before. It's got to get away from the one a little bit. Well, another bank shot maybe, if it doesn't pass the 6.
Yeah, you're going to see a bank here because there really isn't that good of a safety available. You could, and looks like he's sort of kind of straight in on the bank.
Yeah, and if he plays the bank, he's going to want to come down here past the 9, so he's got the cut on the 2 to run into the 3, because I don't think the 3 passes the 7.
He would like to. I don't know, but that'll really create a lot of problems for the bank when you start directing that cue ball like that, like he's doing now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make the bank. I think the bank then is going to go long. This is the kind of a shot that you go want to shoot straight ahead, maybe a little turn it a little bit or something, and you get a little movement with the cue ball. But when he opts to get more movement with the cue ball, I think that he changes the dynamics or the easiness of the bank. I think he's complicating
he makes
the bank
bank
now.
play tougher. Yeah.
Much tougher.
Yeah.
I think by going down here with the cue ball, he's gonna bank it long.
I wonder if he's drawn at the 5 ball.
Well, I think it's going to go. Nope, didn't go long.
Yeah,
Went right in the pocket.
And he hit the
drew.
3.
Well, he did. He hit it with that speed, and he didn't cut it to come at the 3. So that's why it didn't go long. If he was going to cut it to come down this way, I think the bank would have went long. Because I've missed that bank a lot myself by trying to play position, and it always goes long.
This is not going to be an easy ball to hit. He might have to, I don't know if he can bend it. He's going to have to hit the short rail here and let it widen out. And the 5 might even impede him from that.
No, he's got a large task in front of him here. He might even have to go 2 or 3 cushions.
Short cushion, short cushion.
And then he's not going to get any movement from the 2.
Right.
Enough to benefit him. So.
Yeah, and actually, I'm surprised unless it's obvious that they hadn't looked to see if the 2 was on the rail. Not going to matter now, but that ball should have been declared frozen.
Now with the 3 past the 7.
It kind of looks like it. Maybe Vincent can get us a shot of that. No, it won't go. Okay, thank you. Oh, I see. I got you, Vince.
Okay, the 3 will not pass the 7. So what does Pigny have in mind? Does he want to draw into the 3?
Well, actually, we still don't know. I think when Vince was shaking his head,
I kind of think he should draw into the 3 myself, and because there's a lot of good things that can happen. Still have control of the table.
I draw at the 7 and not the 3.
No, he's playing the combination.
Yeah.
So therefore, the combination must be laying pretty decent.
Yeah, and if you just stop the cue ball there, the 3's going to come across the corner.
I don't know if the 3
may
will
go
do
into
that.
the 10.
Yeah,
go
it's
into
going
the
to be
10.
hard.
Yeah.
You know what? He may even end up kissing the 3.
Yeah, forward with the cue ball.
Like that. See?
Good call there, William. And the fact that he saw it too just again tells you that he's got a pretty high IQ level when it comes to this game.
This is a very difficult shot here. I wouldn't be surprised if he drew it into the 10.
Into the 10. I think you've got to. You move the 10, as long as the cue ball doesn't marry the 5, you're probably going to have a pocket for it. But you just don't want the 10 to go over there and tie up with the 9. So you're going to need to pop it, I think.
So if he plays 2 cushions to the 5, he doesn't have much margin for error at all. See, that's what he's doing here. This is a very difficult shot. I like drawing it into the 10 here. he's falling a little short here.
Yep.
Now, what do? You cut it in and you draw it past the side? This is a pretty steep cut, too. I don't know if he could even do that.
Well, he could bank at 2.5, to play it safe behind the 10 if he misses and go down table, but I think he's cutting it, and I actually think he's going to hit short of the side.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
4 rails, 3 rails. I mean, just really good understanding of where the cue ball's going.
Another difficult shot coming up right here. The position of the cue ball.
I'm going to suggest that he's just going to make
Close
this
to that
ball
rail.
and come to the center of the table. He's not going to try to get all the way down here. I think he's just going to pocket it and go to the middle of the table, but I was wrong again. And when you can do stuff like this,
he had a nice
why
angle.
not?
Yeah, he had a nice angle. Sometimes it's difficult. I mentioned this before. It's hard for us to see certain angles up here.
Yeah.
This is going to put him ahead by 2 games in the match. 8 games to 6.
And all this was a result of that excellent safety he played early in the rack on the locking him behind the 7 ball. And then Ping-Chung had to kick 2 rails at it and missed it. And he wound up making the 2, then the 3-7 when he followed forward and double kissed the 3, which you saw and I didn't. And he saw it, of course, and that was a lot of pool knowledge there to know that was what was going to happen. So let's see if he can find a way to extend this lead, even though it's Ping-Chung to break. Bobby and I were talking earlier today before you came in about the fact that we can't recall a game where the 10 ball has been made in anything but one of these 2 corner pockets.
Well, I really haven't watched a lot of the pool that has been played on this table enough to be surprised that it hasn't. So, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I've only watched,
Yeah, well,
40,
we
50 games, 60 games. But that's enough, though. It's 50, 60
games.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of games. Yeah, he's got to push here to the short rail, I think. That 1 ball looks frozen. He can't go at it right now anyway.
I don't think I would take
I
this
wouldn't
shot.
take it either. I wouldn't take it either, Billy.
I wouldn't take this shot. What's he going to do? Nah, he's got to pass this back. Come on, little bro. See what you got here.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he had something in mind when he pushed it there.
I think he's got to bank it down table here and get it to this end rail.
Yeah,
I think
so.
he's got to get it to the end rail and take his chances with the cue ball.
Well,
Because there's a lot of interfering balls there that he could get behind.
Well, you hit it with a high ball. The cue ball couldn't stay down there.
That's not going to work out, is it?
No. But the 2 ball is a little bit snug.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
Look at that nice camera work there, Tim. Thank you. Well, I don't know about drawing the cue ball, if that's going to help you. I wonder if he could go forward, Billy, around the 6 and come up in the direction of the 9.
Oh,
It may be too heavy for that.
I think he's going to hit it with a below center ball and try to spin in between the 6 and the 5.
You think, huh? Okay.
Yes, he's a really, yeah. Or is he going to go?
Maybe he's coming behind it.
No, that's too soft. That was the correct shot. I didn't think he could do that because I didn't think he had the
I
angle.
didn't think so either.
I thought there was going to be too much slide in that rail for that shot, but I was wrong. He just hit it too softly, and so he was going to get there had he had struck it a little harder, but he didn't. He's playing the 10 ball. So he's going to hit this with some speed.
Might be tough to reach. Does he shoot opposite-handed?
Yeah, he does everything. I haven't seen either one of these players use the bridge. Of course he shoots opposite hand.
Yes,
You know that.
of course.
Yeah. They're students of the game, and they're gonna, develop the skill to do whatever they need to do.
Yeah, you don't play this well at that age unless you know how to do that. Well, he overcooked that by about 2 feet, surprisingly. Ooh, yeah, that was rough. Well, regardless of the outcome here, I think these are the two best players so far this week. They've proven it by being here. Neither of them lost in their group.
Amazing.
And look at the killers that were stacked up in their respective groups.
Yeah.
It's almost a letdown to play each other. Once again, just want to remind everybody about tomorrow's programming. 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's the OB Challenge featuring Mike DeShane and Corey Deuel in a Scotch doubles match against Efren and Bustamante. 8-ball, race to 21, winner breaks. So we'll have that for you at 6 p.m.
What are these?
Spots.
For the table?
Yeah. They peel off. They stick on.
You mean for the foot spot?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. That's Rick Jones's company, Bad Boys Billiard Productions. They're the tournament directors for the entire event here, other than this Pro Invitational.
Take me a couple.
They have
of
some,
these.
sure.
Bring them home.
Now look at that. The cue ball found about the only place it could find where he could make the one. I think he can snatch it right in between the 5 and the 7. But he needs it to get on one side of the 2 or the other. Or it was the 5 and the 6.
How come they don't take the magic rag off the table?
It never. I can never understand why you wouldn't remove that right after the break shot. I've seen guys shoot the 10 ball right over that thing. I don't know why you would do that.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Softly.
Yeah. Just drag it down the rail.
Oh, I was surprised to see
I am
that.
too. I thought he'd just drag it right
I
down
was
the long
surprised
rail.
to see that.
Yeah, that's a real unforced error there. He's lucky he can even hit this ball.
There was no reason to fool with that traffic
Nope,
if he, unless he
unless
had
we saw
to.
the angle wrong.
I don't think so.
I
Maybe
don't
so.
think so
Maybe
either.
so.
Well, he may just have to feather the right side of this, hope it gets behind the 5 or the 7 and come up here by the 9. If he's got the whole ball, he's got a much easier safety. No, he's got to go off right off the number.
Hmm.
I
This
don't
is
know about playing this
interesting.
combination because I don't like where the 4 ball's going. He's going over by
Interesting.
the 6 and the 5 if he plays the combination. Maybe at best he could cross the 4.
Yeah. Well, if he
Send
plays
it, send it up here, but you don't want to put it near the 10.
the combination, he's going to hit it with some speed.
Yeah, he's going to have to. I don't think he can. He hasn't called anything, so he's playing some type of a safe. Well, I don't know where he expected the 4 ball to go.
Is he going to roll up on the 8 here?
Well, I would. I don't see you playing the 4-9. You've got to roll up on the 8. Get the 4 near the top rail here.
Look. Hey. So he doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. He's done that 6 times in this match. Not that, but
Yeah.
I mean blunders that were, in my opinion, not difficult shots, and he's allowed to get away from him like that.
Yeah, and he allowed it to get away by a large
Yeah.
degree. But I just wonder, perhaps, even though it's maybe a weak excuse, that maybe there's just a little bit of mental fatigue setting in. And it may just go back to what you alluded to when I first sat down with you here, is just it might be hard to just muster up that intestinal fortitude and get that killer instinct playing your brother.
Mm.
Look out here.
He's not really playing his game either.
No.
I think.
They look tired.
I know. He's going to cut this in.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a choice.
Oh, he's got a choice.
Well, I mean, I don't really see any reason not to try to cut this in. It may be not quite as difficult as it looks.
I go 2 cushions into the 8 here.
Around the 8.
Look at that. He's really playing poorly. Really playing poorly. In other words, you know what I think, and I may be mistaken. I think that he senses that his brother's not really playing with a lot of, killer, and he's just, he's not liking it.
Either that or whatever's going on is contagious. But I mean, Ping-Chung kind of shot himself in the foot there. He had a golden opportunity to take a 2-rack lead and get ever so close to the magic
Twice.
number. Yeah.
So, all week long, we've been watching these 2 guys play. Every match they played brilliantly. Every match, with the exception of this match. Now, both of these guys are playing subpar.
Well, maybe for them there's not much at stake.
I don't think there is.
No?
You know, I don't think there's anything at stake.
I mean, you would think at least for getting monetary compensation or how that winds up in the household, that someone would like their, their name next to the words, inaugural Invitational 10-ball champion. 6, 7 in the side. 3 ball, 2 ball, 1 ball right there for him. He's just got to negotiate not hitting the 5 ball when he comes for the 4, unless he wants to come up the other side of the table, head towards the 6. But I think he's going around the 9. You just got to watch the 5. Well, he caught a piece of the 5 and it pushed him a little further to the center of the table. Now this is not all that difficult. It's just going to require more speed touch because he's so thin on it. Might even have to put a little inside to hold it. Yeah, that little nick on the 5 balls sent him a foot too far. He missed that by 3 feet. Good Lord. Well, we got 2 days worth of challenge matches coming up for you on, excuse me, on Tuesday. So following tomorrow's Scotch Doubles Challenge on Tuesday evening, also at 6 p.m., we're going to have the Tiger Challenge. And we're going to see Ko Pin Yi back here facing off playing 9-ball against Dennis Orcuyo in a race to 21 winner breaks. That's the
really?
Tiger Challenge. That's Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, we will begin the CSI Invitational 8-ball. And that's the same format as we have used in the 10-ball, 4 groups of 4. Different groups, not the same groups. They shook them up again. And they will play the 3-match round robin. One person will come through each group into a final 4, just like we did today. And that will conclude Friday evening. So Wednesday and Thursday, and the first 2 rounds Friday will be round robin, and then 3 p.m. Friday, the first of the 2 semifinals, leading up to a 7 p.m. final Friday night.
Very good. And I'll be leaving on the 23rd, so I'm going to miss all that.
Oh, we're going to be sad to see you go, Billy.
That's a nice break there.
Yeah, that's the break we've been used to seeing.
Yeah, but he hasn't.
Except he doesn't have a shot at the deuce. Well, if he left him the ball to see, I'm surprised he gave it back to him, because I would just cross the 2 and come up here by the 8. Send the 2 over there behind the 3-5. He did it the other way, but it worked.
Yeah. I think that he felt that maybe he had a better chance of hooking him that way.
He can actually masse through the gap between the 10 and the 3. He can hit the ball, but he is going to risk a possible foul. He could catch the 8 first. Now he's looking at going behind it, and I don't know that he can do that. It's risky either way. Now he's looking at a 2-rail kick, and that's tight.
I think the 1-2, the other long rail is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he has a big ball that way. See, 1-2, as long as he gets this rail here,
maybe
he's going to hit that ball.
Maybe he couldn't, or the side pocket was going to impede that.
I don't know.
Well, an opportunity here for Ping-Chung to get on the hill and be assured at least 1 or possibly 2 opportunities to break for the match. Now, all week you'd have just pretty much given him these.
Yeah.
But tonight's match has unfolded quite differently.
I haven't seen Shane Van Boening today.
I haven't either. I don't think he was a very happy individual when he left the room last night.
Did he feel that he should have been in the running for the tournament? Was it 2-1?
Yeah, I think. I mean, he wound up actually. I think he wound up 1 and 2. I don't recall, but I know he was. He was not pleased with the tiebreaker situation. He expressed that pretty early in the week, and I think he stewed on it a while, and I think it actually affected him, especially in that match last night with Ping-Chung, because if Shane won that match, he was going to win the group because they would have had the same record, and he would have beat Ping-Chung head-to-head, and he failed to do so, and he kind of played a little weakly at the end of the match like he did in the challenge match the other night. But I know he wasn't happy with the way the system was set up. And, you get in, you come to an event, you have to, the rules are the same for everybody.
Personally, I'm not really fond of the format.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think they should revise it some because it's just too complicating and it's too hard to follow.
Yeah, it's
for
not,
the spectators.
And right,
it's
not spectator friendly. Yeah.
whenever you have a situation where the audience can't follow the tournament or whatever is happening, then there's no interest there.
Right.
You know, there's just no interest. What made poker so interesting is that you could see the players' hole cards,
Well,
and you could
that
follow everything.
changed
You could
everything.
follow everything.
Of
You know,
course.
you have a understanding of what's happening.
You know why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, you
too.
have an understanding of what's
Yes,
happening.
yes, yeah.
You know, now when you watch this particular format, you don't know what's happening, so therefore you lose
Right.
interest.
Right.
I
Well,
thought,
no, it's a good point, and I think the management at CSI is astute enough to recognize that they're going to listen to the feedback and do what they can to make improvements in the future.
you know, what I thought would have been a pretty good compromise, and that would be okay. You could have four brackets of four. You would have your seeded players. You would have the four top seeds in each bracket. Okay, the four top seeds would have their respective brackets, and then you just fill in the rest of the brackets. You can do it with the ratings or whatever
Or
way you
draw.
choose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You play
And then
race. I think you play race to 13, single elimination.
Yeah.
Single elimination. You have three matches in each bracket.
Right.
Okay.
Two semis
And then
and the final.
and then the semifinals you can play 13 or 15. In the finals you play 15. I think that would make because people can follow it now.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and you're getting a lot of play because you're getting 13 games as opposed to 9. You know, you're not going to have as many matches, but I think you're going to get as much play. And the better players going to 13 is going to probably prevail. And with the seeding, I think you're going to end up with a good semifinal final match. I think that the right players are going to be there at the end.
Yeah, and I think maybe not only do I kind of like what you're saying there, but just coming in for one match a day, and one day you play two matches. But like you said, they're relatively short, and then you're just around all day. It's kind of hard to keep your head in the game a little bit, so to speak. And also, that the first day you play, you're not out of anything if you lose under the current format.
But even the players don't know how they stand. You know what I mean? Even the players don't know how they stand with the other format.
Yep.
With the format you're playing by now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like aggravating in a sense. It is.
Well, I think it's frustrated
Yeah.
a lot of people, and all we can do is hope that it's better next time.
Well, the 6 ball's, you know, in the back of the 8 there, so doesn't look like he's going to run out. I mean,
Well,
he's not a favorite considering the position of the 6-8.
Not even sure if the one goes.
Yeah, I kind of
If he could,
think it goes.
if he could cross the one and bump the 6 out of the way and lock him behind the 8, that would be a nice shot. But he looks like he's just playing the 1. Well, if he had any chance here, I'd try to bump the 8 right here because the 4 is sitting pretty good in front of the hole.
I think
And it's a lot. It's a lot to ask, but either that or you got to go from the 4 2 rails to short side the 6, which there's plenty of room to do that.
Yeah, he's got to get on the other side of the 4, though.
Well, he can go across the table here, where he'll have the 2 or 3 rail angle to go to the short side of the 6 off the 4 ball. But I think this was a good play here. I'm not sure.
Ready to get away with it? It's close.
I think he can see it. He's supposed to win the tournament from here.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, he will because he got a nice angle on the six ball now. They don't want too much of an angle.
Yeah, but this will yield him the proper angle on the 7. He just want to lay the cue ball on the long rail about the middle diamond. And
Yeah.
folks, if you'll stay with us, should he complete this and become our champion, we're going to go out there and hand him a big cup and take some pictures. I don't believe there'll be any type of interviews because we would need an interpreter. But nevertheless, we will certainly go present him with his hard and well-earned trophy. So if you'd like to stay for that, please do so. And otherwise, we will see you at 6 o'clock tomorrow night for the OB Challenge. So congratulations to Ko Ping-Yi. He's our invitational champion. On behalf of Billy and Cardona, this is Ken. We'll see you tomorrow. Stand by for some presentations. Right, and congratulations to Ko Ping-Yi. He is our inaugural CSI Invitational 10-ball champion. Congratulations.